Hey, good evening, everybody. It is day 3 of the 5-pound wellness challenge, and so happy to see you here. Sorry, I look a little disheveled. Helping my friend with a parent who's not feeling well, and so sorry about that. But anyway, so let's do a little screen share. Tonight we're going to talk about rest and recovery, which sounds so great to me right now. And so let's do a little screen share, and hopefully you'll be able to see this. And so I'm going to open up a document. So also here, if you can see, is the wheel of names. And for inviting a guest to join us, you get your name in the drawing. So make sure that you're checking in for that. All right. So tonight, let's look at rest and recovery and some ways to naturally improve your sleep. So your sleep and wake schedule determines the quality of your life. Like, that's just a fact, right? We spend about a third of our lives sleeping, but unfortunately, because of busy schedules, improper sleep routines, and there's a lot to be said for sleep routines and what that means. Most people, literally the majority of people that I talk to say that they struggle with sleep. So some ways that we can improve sleep. Funny enough, morning sunlight is probably one of the biggest things you can do. So get sun exposure in the morning, first thing, as much of your skin as possible, but be sure that you're getting outdoors during the day and putting your feet on the ground. Kind of, we call that grounding. If you could actually take your shoes off, that would be even better, and get some sunlight. If it's not possible, because you're like me and you live in the north, I do have what they call a daylight lamp. So I have that on right now. It's not on the sunlight level, but it's on just the lamp level. So watch the sunrise and the sunset whenever possible, because this will help to establish your circadian rhythm. We rise with the sun and we set with the sun. Make sure that you're eating your last meal 3 hours before bedtime. And last night we talked about intermittent fasting. That is having 2 meals within an 8-hour period, and the last meal preferably being before 7. So closer to 6 would be ideal, but definitely before 7, so that if you're getting to bed by 10, which would be perfect, then you're kind of getting in your last meal 3 hours prior to bedtime. You want to definitely limit your screen time 2 hours before bed. Using blue blocker glasses can help avoid overstimulating your brain. And what we don't realize is that our brain is still going while we're sleeping. And so it causes restless sleep. And you may not even be aware. You think you've slept all night, but your quality of sleep wasn't restorative. And that's what we're talking about. And I wear a ring. It's called an aura ring, and it shows me if I've eaten too late, it'll show that my quality of sleep was not good, right? So I may not get enough deep sleep. And an average adult should have about an hour and a half to 2 hours of deep sleep every night. And it also shows me if I was on devices or watching TV, then I might end up with, some restless sleep. So don't forget, it's never too late to jump on a Zoom. If it's past starting time, that's okay. Just jump in. Happy to have you. The next tip is to download. There's an application for your computer screen, and it's called justgetflux.com to automatically help regulate blue light. You can also wear blue light blockers, or you can put a filter across your screen on your computer. I don't know about the phones, but I'm guessing the phones too. Turn on night shift if you have an iPhone, or download Twilight for an Android phone. These apps help to regulate light coming from your screen and automatically based on the time of the day. So you want to use yellow colored bulbs in your home in the evening, as opposed to the bright whites. And then have a consistent sleep and wake schedule, even on the weekends, which I know people want to lay around. That's okay. So kind of what I end up doing is I'll still wake up around 7 in the morning, sometimes earlier. And maybe I'll just open up all the curtains and let the light come in, and then just sit in my bed and drink my water, and then have my coffee. So kind of sticking to a consistent sleep schedule helps to regulate your body and your sleep cycle. Hey, Patty. Have a consistent sleep schedule, even on the weekends and holidays, which I know sounds like just not a fun thing to do. Number 9, reduce or eliminate overhead lighting in the evenings. Otherwise, your brain will think that it's still like noon or daytime, right? So lower the lighting. So what we do at my house, because I don't have like a dimmer, is I'll put the lighting on in another room. And if we're watching TV, we cut the light off in the TV room. But you want to try to get away from having a TV in your bedroom, because you need to let your brain settle down before bed. You can also use a salt lamp. I do have one of those in this room. I don't have it on right. Well, it's on right now, but you can't see it. So I could turn off this bright light. I have the bright light on right now so I can see you guys. And get rid of the televisions in your bedroom. It's so distracting. And that, I find, with teenagers is the hardest thing to do, because every teenager I work with has this thing, like they're up until 12 or 1, and they say they can't get to sleep earlier. Well, it's because they're on their devices or they're on the TV. Or people who say, well, I can't go to sleep without the TV on. Like, I get that, but there are some things that you can do instead. If you just need the sound, you can get the Brain Tap app on your phone, or a Calm app on your phone, so you can have some background noise. Another thing that people sometimes do is they'll put like a white noise. So like a bathroom fan is a really good white noise. It's just a gentle, consistent noise in the background. So if you're a light sleeper, keep all your electronic devices away from you at night, or at least put them on airplane mode. There is also, I don't have mine on right now, but there's a Harmony Pendant, which helps to protect EMF, which is like your 5G and all that stuff that's floating through the air all the time, because that can be a sleep disruptor too. So you might consider wearing a pendant or putting one on your phone, and they can be super cheap. You can just order them on Amazon, or if you need some help, just ask me and I can send you a link. The Aura Ring is a really great tool for tracking your sleep and what's affecting your sleep. I do have a couple of those that I'm willing to loan out if somebody needs to borrow that to check your sleep. Also, unplugging your Wi-Fi would be extremely beneficial, so that you're not having that EMF signal coming through the house while you're sleeping. And you don't need it at night while you're asleep anyway. Sleep in complete darkness. And I know for a lot of people, they're like, but even the little light on your TV is just enough. You can still, your eyes, it still goes through, right? It still penetrates, even if you not really aware of it because you're used to it, but it can actually be a disruptor, a sleep disruptor. And maybe you're somebody who doesn't realize what's disrupting your sleep. It could just be that little bit of light. And now I'm like personally super sensitive to it. So I notice every little bit of light, even like from my phone. So, your phone might be kind of off like that, but then if a message comes through during the night, it's going to light up. And, believe it or not, that little bit of light goes through to your brain. So you want to try to sleep in complete darkness. Number 13, I'll skip that for now. Number 14, a hot bath or shower before bed is great. And you could use some Epsom salts, which are super great for detoxing. Another thing that's not on my list right now, but is on the website or on the group page, is to do a castor oil pack, which is very inexpensive and easy to do. And it's just simply getting some organic castor oil. You soak a cotton flannel cloth, lay it across your abdomen, and put a heating pad across that. And you want to just lay there with that for about 30 minutes or so. And I wish I could guarantee it, but I don't have anything to guarantee it. But I'll make you a deal. I'll send you something free if you try it and it doesn't work. It is amazing to help with sleep. It's like a warm, cozy hug. It helps with sleep, with detoxification, it helps move the bowels, and helps with your body to produce glutathione. So castor oil pack is your new best friend. Try that before bed as well, if you're somebody that's struggling with sleep. or having any of those other issues. Lavender essential oil in a diffuser or on the bottoms of your feet is another amazing resource. And doTERRA has a lavender oil that is all pure and natural. They also have Serenity in a little kind of, is it called a gel cap, I guess, right, Patty? You call it a gel cap? It's a teeny tiny little, super easy to take. The Serenity, I love them. Take 1 or 2 every night, and it has all 100% pure essential oils, and they put you right to sleep. Yep, Patty's got them. You call them a gel cap? Is that what you would call them? Because it's a veggie cap, right?
No, they're a gel tab.
Gel tab. Okay.
Dietary supplement, 60 soft gels.
Perfect. And there's 60 because it's like you can take 2. Most of the time I get away with just taking 1 because I don't really like have a ton of trouble sleeping. Just sometimes. But thanks, Patty.
You're welcome.
So you can get a Himalayan salt lamp at just about anywhere. You can order them online. You can ask me to ship you one. Those are really beneficial in your room for having a gentle light at night. It also puts some awesome negative ions in the air, which are really beneficial for mood as well. So to keep a salt lamp going all the time is really beneficial for lots of reasons. And then also keep a journal beside your bed. And this one is really interesting because, for people whose brain kind of just goes, you're thinking, or you're even being creative, not just like worrying, but maybe you're just like a creative problem solver and you do your best thinking when it's quiet. If you have a journal beside your bed, you can just do a brain dump, right? Just get it out of your brain onto paper. So doing a brain dump is just super beneficial, no matter what time of the day it is, but it's really, really nice to have beside the bed at night. I've attached this file to the group page, and there is also, there's a little kind of 30 days how to reset your sleep cycle if you're still struggling with that. And so avoiding alcohol and wine, and there's just a million things. I hate to use the word avoid, don't, because I don't want to be negative, right? So we want to look at it as the positive. So go to bed by 10, turn the lights off. And, there are things that you don't want to do before bed because they kind of increase anxiety and tension. Like don't pay bills before you go to bed. Don't talk about work before you go to bed. Some things like that. And so this PDF will be shared with you, and it goes much more into depth and talks about how to recover, how to get better quality sleep. Another really, really important thing that I've noticed personally, and I just want to share this with you, is that the cooler the temperature in your room at night, the better you will sleep. So ideally, and they've done studies with senior citizens that like have lived into their 80s or 90s, and this is like medical journal studies, and they've showed that having a temperature of 69 degrees is ideal, or lower is ideal for sleeping. You can be overheated and not realize that it causes you to be restless, and you're just not really aware of what it is that's making you feel restless. Because if your room is 71, you probably don't feel overheated. But if it's 69 or 68, it's just under that, just a little bit cool air is easier to breathe. And especially if you're somebody that has sleep apnea, you definitely want to not only be slightly elevated, but also definitely keep your room at a cooler temperature. We talked about light, we've talked about noise, temperature, some environmental issues like turning off the Wi-Fi, getting rid of electronics. Consider getting hyperallergenic pillows or some other things like that can affect your environment. And we talked about screen time. Bedding and pillows are going to be kind of really individualized. Supplements and light. So another supplement that's really great aside from the lavender and Serenity would be magnesium. And also I talked about the Castor Oil Pack as well. There are also some really great herbal teas that can help with relaxation. I do have one. I can't think of the name of it. If anybody's interested, I will send that to you. And so then here is a list of some other items that you can use for better sleep. And the problem with poor sleep will lead you to feel more hungry because your adrenaline increases, which is your hunger hormone. It makes you want to eat more. And the more we eat later in the day, the more it affects your sleep, and it kind of messes up your insulin levels, and you could end up with a sugar high and then a crash in the middle of the night. So it's very important to be aware not to eat I would say at the very, very closest 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours before bed. 3 is preferred. And so poor sleep it becomes very cyclical, right? So then you feel like junk, and the more you feel like junk, the more you want to sleep, but then you don't sleep well. And so then you eat more garbage, and it just gets to be a vicious, ugly cycle. So the benefits of good quality sleep are going to be improved mental focus and function. I think that's pretty obvious, but also improved immunity, just your overall health. Your brain gets rid of toxins during sleep. There is literally a time during the night where your brain is also flushing out all the garbage in that deep sleep state. And in an 8-hour period, deep sleep is not the highest percentage of your sleep. It's actually about 20 to 23% is sufficient, which is about an hour and a half to 2 hours. But it's imperative that you do get that deep sleep for your brain to kind of detox itself. Your hormones also rebalance and reset while you're sleeping. Your body repairs and regenerates. Your liver cleanses, and all your organs cleanse. And good quality sleep helps with maintaining a healthy weight, healthy blood sugars, and a healthy heart. So on that note, I'm going to stop sharing this screen, and I will post it to the page. And I just want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. If you will, in the comments, just type, if you're watching the replay, let me know replay. And again, be sure to invite a friend to get an opportunity for the wheel of prizes. I'm going to actually share my screen real quick one more time. Let me pull that up real quick, and let's do a spin, because we have Patty on here, and she is on the wheel. All right, Patty, ready? We're going to give it a click. Click to spin. See who's the winner of a sleep aid. You guys, like, that is not even, that is a legit, Patty is the winner. That's what's great about showing up for these lives. All right, there you go. All right, so Patty's gonna get a Lavender Earth Serenity, where I'm gonna let her choose because I love her. All right, so thank you everybody for jumping on tonight. See you tomorrow.